Hey all, welcome everyone to a new video of TravelingTice. This is in real time again, or sort of in real time. Today is Tuesday. This video will be uploaded on Friday. And today I published the last normal Taiwan video, I think you can call it. Because the remaining videos from my first time in Taiwan, which was last year, was a 2-week bike trip that I did. In the last video you can see I made a few preparations. I scouted out like which bicycle I was gonna rent, and I decided on renting from Giant, which had a really nice system of like renting in one place and then bringing that, like cycling that bicycle literally to another place. So I thought that was a really good idea. Now in this video I want to give a little bit of like a backstory on how this whole plan went down, and sort of like a general like what can you expect in these next 13 or 14 or so videos that are gonna be coming up. So yeah, when I came to Taiwan, I already had this idea in mind. I wanted to make like a cycling around Taiwan type trip, mostly because I have seen one of my good friends, Matt Gallett from Jiao Nation, do the exact same thing a couple years earlier, and that's actually part of the reason why I fell in love with Taiwan in the first place. So yeah, this was definitely in the plans, but at the time I thought I would be staying in Taiwan a little bit longer. Like at some point I probably have like, you know, a month or even a couple of months to fully plan out and buy the gear, buy the bicycle to do a trip like this. But that turned out to be a little bit different, because around the time from the last video where I was living in Tainan, I decided to not stay much longer in Taiwan that time. Actually, I think that at that time I was kind of like pretty much done with Taiwan. I just wanted to leave, really. But the reality was I wanted to leave the situation that I was in, which was having to be there and studying at the same time. Like in my mind, I thought that if I were to do this study for maybe 6 months or at most 1 year, then after that I could sort of stay in Taiwan a bit longer and not having to have this other responsibility or other thing that I had to do in order to stay there. But soon after, I think I had to extend my visa, and I was gonna extend it for another 3 months, because like at the beginning I had to extend it every 3 months. But it didn't extend me for 3 months. It only extended me for I think around 2 months or so, until like the very last day of my study. Because I think my study was gonna finish on like the 20th of August, so they gave me on that exact day, which was on Friday. Like I had to leave the country on the same day that I might still have class. Like I didn't even get like an extra day to sort of pack up my stuff and all of that sort of stuff. So that was very strange. But at that moment, it kind of already confirmed my assumption that it wasn't gonna be like I expected it to be. And then a bunch of other things happened. Like I decided to bring my girlfriend to Europe, but a lot of paperwork had to be done for that as well, because we had to like apply for a visa, and that meant that we needed her ARC and even like a document from school that she was gonna come back to Taiwan to study, which was a very long and pretty crazy process. Like I remember going to her university, because she at the time was working in a totally different city, so she couldn't even get the documents at her university. So I was going to her university, then I was going to a different city to like a translation bureau, because everything is in Chinese, and the Dutch embassy there, or the Dutch representative office you have to call it, it's not really an embassy but it acts like an embassy. They only accepted Dutch or English, so I had to like pay a translator to translate these documents. So this was going on all in the time when I actually also planned to do a bicycle tour, because I did want to do it before I was gonna leave Taiwan for real. So yeah, this was a pretty hectic time, as you can imagine. So in just a very short amount of time, I arranged what I had and rented this bicycle and did my sort of not round Taiwan type trip, but I did hit all of the spots that I wanted to hit. For example, the first part of this Taiwan bike tour was cycling towards Sun Moon Lake. So I started in the city of Taichung, which is on the western side of Taiwan. And then I cycled to Sun Moon Lake, which is kind of like around the center of Taiwan. Then I cycled around Sun Moon Lake, which is a beautiful lake, by the way. It's really gorgeous. And then I actually took a train all the way to Taipei to cycle most of the east coast. So I cycled from Taipei through Yilan and Hualien all the way to Taitung. And then I even went to Green Island, because I remember from Matt's video that island was definitely worth a visit. So I definitely allocated like I think 2 days or 2 nights on the island, or 3 nights even, I don't really remember. But so yeah, this was not gonna lie, a pretty rushed trip. Also, I had definitely different expectations than reality. I thought I was gonna be able to cycle a distance of at least 60 to 80 kilometers every day. And that's also kind of like how I planned this trip out. But in reality, the East Coast is super mountainous. Like, I had some crazy ups and downs to deal with. Also, the bicycle that I rented was, I mean, it was fit for the job, but it wasn't perfect. It wasn't like my Trek bicycle, which was of course a lot better suited for the job, but also for me, because I custom made that bicycle with like a custom saddle and everything like that. So I still tried to make the most of it, but I would have to say that this bike tour might have had more downs than ups for me personally. But the thing is, it might not even come through on video. I haven't really edited any of it yet. I'm about to start this today, so I'm not sure. These might look like very nice vlogs and very enjoyable to watch, and I hope they're gonna be that way. But just know that behind the scenes it was a bit rushed, and there were some amends I had to make on the way. It was also super hot. I did this bike tour in August, which is probably one of the worst months to do a bike tour in Taiwan, because it's either super hot and humid and then the sun is like blazing on your face, or it's pouring rain and humid. It's always humid there. So there was a lot of sweating, there was some burns, there were some bee stings. Yeah, it's quite eventful actually. So anyways, I hope you're still looking forward to this series. I actually am. I think it's actually going to be really interesting and fun to finally start editing this part of my life. So anyways, that's about it that I wanted to discuss in this vlog. Yeah, look forward to next Tuesday when the first episode will air. And I hope you've been enjoying the vlog so far, by the way. I've really had a lot of fun making them. It really feels good to finally be editing these videos. Even though they are taking quite crazily long. Like, I've already been editing for a couple months now, I think since the end of March. But it's been a really great process, and I really look forward to the moment when I'm finally caught up. But that's probably still a couple months away. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this one. Please like the video if you liked it. Please leave a comment down below. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you on Tuesday. See you later. Bye bye.